Hey everybody, Duran here, and I am in recording the second ride along today. Just for everybody who's new to the program, ride along is just when I'm going from store to store, which I do a lot since I have multiple stores and do multiple locations. I try to share a little bit of business things that we have been doing that we believe are successful and believe that they will also help others. Today, what I want to talk about is talk about the importance of adjusting hours in your store and schedules. So we've been in this process, opening bookstores, having multiple bookstores for a while, and it kind of seems like there's initial time, the first year, where you start to get an idea of the community that you're gathering. For example, there's certain things that certain businesses and certain places do that attract people, and other things that they do that dissuade people from coming. Like, for instance, if you're a crowd that likes to, if you have a certain business that likes a certain type of volume when it comes to the music, that will attract a certain type of customer, and it will dissuade other customers from coming. That's not bad, because we're not trying to please everybody, and we're not going to have everybody like our establishment. But what we do look for is we look for people that are adopters, or people who are people who buy into our community in our third place. So when that starts to happen, usually it starts to happen a little bit after about a year or so that you've been in operation. And when that happens, you are able to start making adjustments to your hours as a business. I'll give you an example. In a few of our bookstores, we started the first year with a full schedule, starting from 10 in the morning all the way to 8 at night. We did that in our Papillion location, we did it in Zarbin, we did it in Blackstone, and then we also did it in Benson, and we did it in a lot of different other places where we were. After about a year, we started to see that between certain hours that there was not much traffic. Like, for instance, in the Benson area, there was not traffic from 10 to 12. So we ended up adjusting our hours so that we weren't paying staff to be there when there was no customers coming in. We also started seeing that on with Papillion when it came to Sundays, that Sunday afternoons, we were the only business that was open downtown Papillion, and also people didn't frequent down there very much. So we ended up cutting our hours from, 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock on Sunday. We ended up cutting it back to 4, because we felt like from 10 to 4 was the time that we got the majority of foot traffic and people coming. This is important to do when you can identify what your peak hours are and make sure there's staff there, because you want to make impact and take advantage of that. So in the very beginning, when you do not have those consistent customers coming, you want to have a wide variety of hours in order to grab a net, or to cast a net and to grab your adopters. There's a couple of different ways you can look at this. The first way is that if you're open for a lot of hours in the very beginning, you can identify when are your peak hours. Or if you're in the very beginning trying to establish these are going to be the hours that we're going to be open, we're going to be open from 10 to 4 or 10 to 5 on Sunday, then what you do is you end up educating your customers that these are the hours that they're going to come. Now, if you've had a business, especially a small business, for any amount of time, you will notice this, that if you schedule till 5 o'clock, you will have people running in at the last minute right before you close. So if you think, oh, wow, I can extend another hour. what you'll have is you'll have from 4 to 5, nobody coming in, and then at 6 o'clock, people will run in because that's the cutoff time. So you can take one of those two strategies. You can either educate your customer that these are the hours that we're going to be open and these hours that we're going to be closed, or else you could throw a net and have the store or the organization or the business open for a while for extended amount of time so that you can identify when are the peak hours. The last thing I will say about this is it gets kind of tricky because certain times of the years have different peak times. It's darker outside, so people don't want to be outside quite as dark. It's colder outside, or it's rainy in your region at a certain time. That will affect the amount of people that will come and when they will come. Daylight saving times has something to take into consideration. Is your organization or your business or whatever, is it along a route that has a whole lot of traffic at certain peak times that will discourage people from coming, or encourage people to just go ahead and stop in while they're going on their commute to work? One of the things I find very, very unique when it comes to coffee shops is there are some coffee shops that open at 6 in the morning. Okay, 6 in the morning, because they're taking advantage of the people who have those commutes. Now, for labor hours, we're not necessarily going to be able to do that. So we got to identify our peak hours, either educate or identify, or do a sample where we throw a net so that we can know what is the hours that we can impact, that we have people on staff or that we're working. Chances are, if you're a new startup business, you're probably working the majority hours yourself. So you can't be working from sun up to sundown. I think your customers understand that. So you got to be trying to find what is the peak times when you're running a business. All right, that's just my suggestion. A few things that I've observed, because we are in that as well with Book Nook in our stores. It's interesting that how some stores are open different hours. I would love to have all stores open the same hours, but it's just not effective. So I hope that helps you. Go ahead and take that, and we'll see you next time.